Hello dear students, I'm Meenakshi Kothiyal, your computer teacher. I wish that you all are fit, fine and healthy at your home and missing your school too. Children, as we all are going through this tough time, but hang in there. At this situation, we have to continue our online teaching classes as there is no other option. So I would like to request all the parents kindly have enough space memory in your mobile phone. So let's get started.
Okay children, today I'll be starting chapter 1 of your book ICSE Understanding Computer Studies, and chapter 1 is on your page number 9. So here we are having our first chapter, Computers, Storage and Memory Device. Get started with the introduction. We are moving through an age where every sphere of our life is influenced by computers. There is hardly any area that is left untouched by the computers. The invention of computer has really made a great impact on our day-to-day life. Computers. Computer and electronic machine. Children, you have come across various machines that make our work easier. Every machine is given some raw material and it goes through some process to produce useful results. Children, as we have already learned in our previous classes that a machine cannot work of its own. We need to give them instructions so that they can work. Similarly, computer is an electronic machine which runs on electricity and requires human instruction to perform any task. Most of the activities in our day-to-day three basic steps. The three basic steps are input, process and output. Now, look at the example given in your book and understand out these three basic steps. Here we can see that the unstitched clothes means the raw material is the data. It is the input. Now the machine is designed in such a way that it stitches clothes and make dresses as a final product. Thus we can say that unstitched clothes are the data for the sewing machine, is the processing, and the dress made is it follows input, process and cycle. Similarly, computer is an electronic machine. It accepts unprocessed facts and figures called data. Data is further processed to give a meaningful result called information. Hence, information is a processed data. Children, while doing any work, the computer follows IPO cycle, where I stands for input, P stands for processing and O stands for output. Here you can see data, processing and the result. The components of data processing can be summarized as data. It is a collection of facts and figures provided to the computer for processing. Children, we can feed data into a computer in the form of numbers, letters, pictures, and etc. Processing. It means working on given data as per our requirements. Now, the CPU of the computer works on the data according to the instructions. Information. The result obtained after processing of data is known as information. It is the end product of data processing. Now the final result or output which we get after the processing of data is known as information. As it is written, it is the end product of the data processing. Means it is the information. Okay children, now let's move on to page number 11 and the topic is fundamental operations of a computer. Computer is also considered as a calculating device which performs certain basic tasks. Some of them are explained below. First one is input-output operation. This is the fundamental task of a computer to have data and instructions and give meaningful result. The manipulation of data means facts and figures with the help of instructions given to a system is known as processing. As soon as done, you can get the processed data called information. As I've already told you that computer accepts data and instructions desired result as output. Thus, input-output operation is the basic operation of a computer. Next one is mathematical operation. A computer is able to perform all types of mathematical operations. Some of the mathematical operations are illustrated below. Here in this box, we can see few values are given. Here, number 1 is given in the form of A and number 2 is given in the form of B. And in this column, we are using some operators. Operators like plus, minus, multiply, divide. Here, this asterisk sign indicates the multiplication operator and this slash sign indicates the division operator. Now, let us understand how the mathematical operation is performed in a computer. Here is written A plus B. Now, A is given the value 10 and B is given the value 5. Now, if we will do A plus B plus 5, the result will be 15. Yes. Next, if we do A minus B means 10 minus 5. So, the result will come. A into B means 10 into 5. 10 5 is equals to 50. Next, A is divided by B means is divided by 5 is equals to 2. Yes. To produce an accurate result. So here are the results. Children, I am again telling you that you cannot use this sign for the multiplication and this sign for the division while performing any mathematical operation. We have to use this asterisk sign for the multiplication purpose and this slash sign for the division purpose. The next one is logical operations. When two quantities are compared mathematically to give a meaningful result, it is known as logical operation. The outcome of any logical operation is either true or false. A computer is able to perform logical operation to give a meaningful result, as given in the example. Now children, in logical operations, we compare two quantities together. Now, there is a difference between mathematical operation and logical operation. Let us see what. Mathematical operation always gives the result in the form of numbers, but in logical operation, we can see the result is come out in the form of either true or false. Let's understand the logical operations with the help of few examples. Children, here you can see few operators are given. Operators means symbols. These symbols are the logical operators which are used to perform logical operations. It's called greater than operator, this is called less than operator, this is called greater than equals to operator, and this is called less than equals to operator. Now let's take an example where A is given the value 10 and B is given the value 5. Here we have to compare the two values. A is greater than B means whether 10 is greater than 5. If the answer is yes, the result would come in the form of true. Next, we have to compare this. A is less than B means 10 is less than 5. No. So, the answer would come in the form of false. Next, A is greater than equals to B means we have to see whether 10 is greater than equals to 5. Here two operators have come together. Now, see, 10 is not equals to 5. Yes, it is greater than 5. That's why the result come in the form of true. In the next example, we have to see whether A is less than equals to B means less than equals to 5. No, 10 is neither equals to 5 nor less than equals to 5. That's why the answer comes in the form of false. Children, I guess that now you would have understood the difference between the mathematical operation and logical operations. Now turn on to page number 12. Here we have given some data and information. Let's read out. Data. Just text and numbers. Information. It is processed and interpreted data. Children, as I've already told you that data could be anything like numbers, text, pictures, etc. And information is the processed and meaningful data. Now, next is data. It does not depend on information. Whereas in information, without data, information cannot be obtained. It is an unorganized fact and figure. Information is the result of data processing. Children, these differences are very important. You have to learn all the differences between data and information. Now, the next topic is data storage units. Computer is an electronic device. It stores numbers, letters, and other characters in coded form. Have you ever thought when you enter a character using the keyboard, the computer converts it into its binary form, which is understood by them? Actually, the binary form consists of two digits, 0 and 1, which are called binary digits or bits in short. So, it is interesting to know that a computer understands only two digits, that is 0 and 1. Now children, majority of us only know two languages, that is Hindi and English. Yes or no? Yes. Now, children, I have written a code over here. Just read it out. What happened? You are not able to read it? Yes. Just because it is written in the language which you cannot understand. Similarly, a computer does not easily understand the data which we directly feed into it with the help of keyboard and mouse. Why? Because a computer understands only machine language.
Now, what is machine language? Machine language is the language which is written in 0 and 1. Children, all the data that we feed into a computer gets converted into a language which is easily understood by a computer, and that language is called. A computer takes input in two forms. That means computer only know two states, that is on and off. On is represented by 1 and off is represented by 0. These digits 1 and 0 are called binary digits.
Now children, here in this green box are given some measurement units of storage. Now children, the data is stored in the computer memory in the form of bits and is measured in bytes. Okay, to make it more clear, I will ask you a few things.
Suppose you go with your mother to a grocery shop to buy some sugar. Simple, you will say, please give me 2 kgs or 3 kgs of sugar. Yes or no? Why? Sugar is measured in kilogram. Let's take one more example. When a milkman comes to your home to give you milk, what would you do? You have to tell him the quantity, that how much milk you required. What are you going to say? You would say 2 liters please. Why? Because the quantity of milk is measured in liter. The same way, the data and information stored in a computer is measured in children. By now, I hope that you have understood what I am trying to explain. To measure in different units.
The same way, computer memory also has some measuring units. Let's see the chart. 8 bits. Bits means combination of 0 and 1. 8 bits is equals to 1 byte. 1024 bytes is equals to 1 KB means kilobyte. 1024 KB kilobyte is equals to 1 megabyte. 1024 megabyte is equals to 1 gigabyte. 1024 gigabyte is equals to 1 terabyte. 1024 terabyte is equals to 1 petabyte. 1024 petabyte is equals to 1 exabyte. 1024 exabyte is equals to 1 zettabyte. Here are given the full forms of these measuring units. Now children, one more important thing that you have to learn is that a byte is the smallest unit of storage. Children, move on to page number 13. Our next topic is computer memory. Memory is the basic unit of a computer where it can store data and instructions. The data and instructions which are entered into the computer system through input units have to be stored inside the computer before the actual processing starts. It is the computer memory which is designed to cater to all these needs. It provides space for storing intermediate results and final results. Children, computer memory is just like a human brain. As a human brain is capable of storing things permanently and temporarily, similarly, computer can also make use of both permanent and temporary memory. Computer memory can store data and instructions. Also, it provides space for storing results and final results. So, it is the most important part of a computer system. Based on above mentioned functions, computer memory can be categorized in two ways. Internal memory is the temporary memory, which is also known as primary memory. External memory is also known as secondary memory, which I'll be explaining you later. Now, internal memory can be further divided into RAM, random access memory, and ROM. External memory has different examples like hard disk, CD, DVD, and external memory we will be studying in our next video. Right now we will be studying internal memory as primary memory. It is the main memory of a computer system. It is the storage space that can be directly accessed by the processor. It has a very fast access time and a smaller storage capacity with respect to the external memory of the system. However, an internal memory is also known as primary memory or main memory. Basically, an internal memory has two components: random access memory, RAM, and read-only memory, ROM. Now children, why it is called internal memory? Because it is a built-in memory, means inside a computer system. A computer cannot work without internal memory. Now it is further divided into two parts, RAM and ROM. Let's read about RAM. The full form of RAM is random access memory. It is the smallest storage area in a computer where the application programs and data in current use are kept. These programs can be quickly reached by the computer's processor. RAM is smaller than the hard disk, both in physical size and the amount of data it can store. The storage capacity of RAM can be increased to some extent, faster in reading and writing data as compared to hard disk, CD-ROM or a DVD. However, the data in RAM remains on. When you turn the computer off, the data information stored in RAM is lost. That is why it is also called as volatile memory. Children, RAM. It stands for random access memory. RAM is both read and write memory. It is just like a blackboard where new data can be overwritten. It is volatile in nature, means the information stored in the memory is lost when you turn off the computer or when the power goes off. You can also compare it with a calculator where information exists only till it is on. The moment you turn off the calculator, all the data disappears. Next topic is ROM, read-only memory. ROM is the memory on which the data stored can be read but new written on it. The programs stored are not erased. The system is switched off. So it is also called non-volatile memory. The stored information in ROM can be directly accessed by the central processing unit CPU. It becomes active as soon as the system is turned on. Now children, let us understand what is ROM. ROM is read-only memory. The data stored in ROM can be read by the CPU, but it cannot be modified or changed. It is non-volatile memory. It means that it holds the data or information even when the power is switched off. It stores large amount of data compared to RAM. So now we can conclude that both RAM and ROM are internal memory. The basic difference between them is that the data or instructions can be read as to the RAM, but the stored information can only be read but nothing can be written onto ROM. In RAM, the information is lost when the power supply is switched off, but in ROM, the information remains even if the power supply is switched off. Children, you have to learn the difference. Very important for you.
I just hope that you all have understood the chapter. Children, due to this lockdown, the schools are closed, but don't think that there is no need to study. You have to study of your own, so be in touch with the study materials provided to you by the teachers. I am also looking forward to meet you soon. Till then, stay safe, stay home and complete all your assignments. Thank you.